I teach this to corporate sales teams. I teach it to entrepreneurs, CEOs. I teach it down to millennials. We teach this all over the place. This represents the mind. Now, this isn't the mind, but when I say what is the mind, most people think of the brain, and your brain is no more your mind than your fingernails are. Your brain is electronic switching station. So what we have here is a graphical representation of the mind-body connection. So what you're seeing here is the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the trick to the deal here, guys, is the subconscious mind is what drives the body into action. And this is why we can study something, but the body doesn't move, and we find ourselves watching Game of Thrones reruns for 4 hours straight at night. It's because we're not getting the information into the subconscious mind. And I'm going to show you guys why. So there's two sides of this equation, and you can see here on the left-hand side, it's a negative thought process, and then the right-hand side is a positive thought process. So what happens is ignorance produces worry and doubt. So maybe some of you start this company, you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what it's about, you're ignorant of the business model, but that's why you're here, is to learn, right? And what happens is worry and doubt in the conscious mind produce fear in the subconscious mind, and fear has to flow to and through the body and create the physical form of anxiety. So sometimes we get excited, we start a business, the very next day is, holy shit, what have I done? And worry and doubt, what are my neighbors going to think? I used to play pro football, and now I'm selling this stuff, right? Fear and doubt and worry creep in, which is a choice, produces fear, and that produces anxiety in the body. And since we don't like the feeling of anxiety, we procrastinate and we start eating cheesy poofs instead, right? But this is what's going on in your mind, body. Anybody, this could be anything. This could be trying to be an actor, trying to start a new job, a real estate company, network marketing, trying to date somebody, trying to go to the gym for the first time. This is life right here. This is not just network marketing. This is why we procrastinate. And procrastination, unfortunately, a body not in motion is depressed. It produces depression. Guys, when we're not creating, it's depressing. We're meant to grow by the laws of nature. And this is why people that grind away at the same old job for 40 years get depressed, because they're not creating anything. We are meant to create. Creation will lead to good feelings. Good feelings are high vibrations, and high vibrations are just a conscious awareness of good feelings, right? So if any of you have any kind of anxiety, it comes from ignorance. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Ignorance just means not knowing. It means you don't know how your mind and body work, because worry and doubt is a choice. Worry and doubt is not something you have to live with. It's something you choose to live with from ignorance. And again, I don't mean that in a bad way. It sounds like such a bad word, but it's not. We're not taught this stuff in school, and it's not your fault. But you are gaining awareness tonight. So after tonight, you will no longer be ignorant. And Bob likes to say there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance is not knowing. Stupidity is knowing and doing it anyway, right? So we don't want to be stupid moving forward. Worry and doubt produces fear. Fear produces anxiety. So if any of you are struggling with anxiety, this is what it's from. So you just want to get educated on what it's all about. Now, the other side of this equation is knowledge from study and understanding, positive thinking. See, we don't fear that which we understand. You don't fear driving. You don't fear walking, speaking. You don't fear cooking dinner, because at some point you learned all those things. You might fear your new network marketing business, but not if you understand this. There's no reason to fear it. You have us. You know everything there is to know about this business because you're one phone call away from 50 people that love you. Think about that. You have resources. It's not like that in corporate America. It's sink or swim. Try starting a real estate business and see how many people want to help you that are your competitors. It's totally different here. We get paid to help each other, literally. We literally get paid on each other's success. So it's a very, very good, it's in harmony with the law of increase type of business model. So study and understanding produce faith. Faith produces well-being, and well-being produces a body in acceleration, or what we call action. So, and then action obviously produces a body at ease, which is the opposite of depression and dis-ease, right? So what I want to show you is the knowing-doing gap. The knowing-doing gap is the difference between knowing information. Like I literally just gave you guys the roadmap to have a 7-figure business. If you follow what I just showed you, and you can remove fear and disconnect from results and not give a shit what your colleagues and your peers, and I showed this to a doctor and he said, is this that one of those things? Well, the doctor is only making $500,000 a year, and we can show you how to make $500,000 a month. So he's only illustrating his own ignorance in business models, because he's probably still working for a salary instead of leveraging like we do in network marketing. So think about it. You always got to think about who's giving you information. You'll be hard pressed to find a billionaire that doesn't love network marketing. And I mean love it. Richard Branson loves it. Bob Proctor loves the idea, the concept. We get paid to help people. Now you will find some millionaires, low-level millionaires, that are ignorant about this industry that will shoot it down. Oh, it's one of those things, you know. But it comes from ignorance because they're slaving away 100 hours a week. They got 2 car washes and they think they're rich. So it's an ignorance. But you won't find many. Robert Kiyosaki loves network marketing. Billionaires. Think about it, right? Don't just hear these words. Really think about it, the industry we're in. And that's what we're trying to teach you. So I promise you, if you follow these simple things every single day, a little bit of work every day, 5 years from now, you'll, number one, you'll be hugging me and kissing me and thanking me. But number two, you'll look back and say, he was right. What happens with most people in this industry, they get onto the left side of the equation. They reach out to 5 people with the wrong language. They try some things that don't work. And then they curl up in a ball and die. And it's such a low investment point, $189, that it's easy to quit. So that's really the deal behind it. So, but I wanted to show you guys. So the difference between the knowing-doing gap is having knowledge in the conscious mind, right? Reading something puts it in the conscious mind. You have to read it 100 times to get it into your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind literally drives the body, right? 96% of what we do is habitual, programmed behavior driven by the subconscious mind. Most of the times when you're doing something stupid, you don't even know why you're doing it. And if I asked you, you'd say, I don't know. Why'd you do that? I don't know. So that's not good, right? Why are you drinking soda every day for 5 years and you're 300 pounds overweight? I don't know. It's a program. We're programmed to do this stuff. So what we want to do is change that programming through the spaced repetition of studying.